All right, family. Welcome to this YouTube segment. Right, it has been a while since I last posted on this YouTube channel, and the reason is because we have been having so much activities in the paid mentorship group. That is the reason, right? So we're having so many classes, so many events, and that is why it seems as though I've not really been giving so much to the free YouTube, right? Because the paid mentorship is not like the usual ones, right? We have two kinds of mentorship. We have what's called the active mentorship and the passive mentorship, right? The passive one is where you just give people videos to watch and you don't guide them, you don't do anything for them anymore, right? But in an active mentorship, you always have live classes, you have live involvement. And that is why I've not really been able to post so much on this channel because those guys they paid me to learn, right? So my obligation is to the paid guys. That's where most of my obligation rests, right? So I only come to YouTube when I'm kind of chanced or when I feel that something needs to really go to the general public, right? So even if you're not part of our paid membership group, please do us to join our Telegram channel because even yesterday evening we had a class for the paid, for the free Telegram channel. So Telegram is like where you can get live updates from me. You see my post 3 times. You see informations very early, right? That is where I use. I don't use Twitter so much. I don't use Facebook. I use mostly Telegram, right? So that's where the academy really focuses on Telegram, right? So if you want to really have access to us, then you can join our Telegram community and you can always be reaching us until maybe you can afford to join our paid mentorship program, which is not quite expensive. It is just 35,000 naira for 1 year. All right. So that being said, let's get over to the main discourse. All right. So I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time. Coming to the trading space, it has been a problem for new traders, right? They come into the trading space and they spend almost 3 years in darkness, right? They don't know what they're doing. In fact, if you meet some traders that have been trading for about 2 years, they don't even know what they're doing, right? So that is why I thought it's wise to just talk about this. What new traders should focus on? What are you seeing as a new trader in the financial markets or in the crypto space or in the indices space or in the commodity space? What should a new trader really focus on? What should you be doing? Okay, let's assume that I heard about forex trading today, right? So I'm assuming that, okay, I just learned about forex trading today. What are the things I should focus on? What are the things I should be doing, all right? And that is what we're talking about today. I will try to make this call as brief as possible so that you guys can be able to run through it. It'll be like more of a listing stuff. I won't really go too much into details on all these things, right? Because they are straight to the point. Right? So the first thing that every new trader should focus on, number one, is what? Understanding basic terminologies. All right, so you have to understand the basic terminologies, like what a lot size is, what a pip is. Do you know that I even have paid students that have been training for 3 years? They don't even know how to calculate their lot size. They don't know any of those things. So these are the things you should really focus on. You should focus on um you should focus on number one, you should focus on understanding basic terms. You understand what a lot size is, what a leveraging is, all those things. And you can access that on babypips.com. So babypips.com is there to guide you with all those things. So if you want to understand lot size, all those terminologies, all those basic things, right? You have to go to babypips.com and read up, I think, the first lesson on all of that. So you can go to babypips.com and you will get access to all the basic things. So how to calculate a lot size, what a lot size means, what a pipette means, all those things, what the candles signify, what a bullish candle is, what a bearish candle is, all those things, what forex is about, who trades forex, all those things are the basic terminologies which you need to understand on babypiece.com. So when you have understood that, the next thing you should understand, you should focus on as a new trader, you should understand number two. The second thing is always this. Number two, you must understand what we call market structure. So after you have understood all these terminologies in forex trading, you must understand market structure because market structure is the skeletal system of the market, right? The market operates on market structure. It's not to this is one of the things I suffered with when I was learning to. I went and learned how to trade indicators. I learned how to trade how to do support and resistance. Believe me, let me just type this out. Note, right? You do not need indicators. So you don't need indicators. I'm not saying you guys the truth now. I know many mentors won't tell you this because I don't know. But believe me, as a new trader, you do not need indicators. You don't need some crosses to tell you when to buy, when to sell. You do not need it. Believe me, all you need to learn is what? Market structure. Indicators kind of blind you. They kind of make you In fact, if you are a market, if you are an indicator trader, you find it difficult to understand market structure because a market structure is something that is learned and properly understood without indicators. So if you're learning market structure, try to understand the real chart. How does this market operate? Try to look at charts from this perspective, just the candles. You want to understand how the structure is printing, why the things happen that they happen. That is what you should focus on as a new trader, right? That is what you focus on when you are quite new in this space, right? So after that, the next thing that you need to understand, after understanding market structure, right, you have to understand this properly. You have to understand what liquidity. There's something that you must understand, right? After you understand market, you must understand what liquidity. You must understand the concept of liquidity. And on this YouTube channel and in my paid mentorship group, I've talked about liquidity, how to maximize liquidity, how the market book, all those things, right? You must understand liquidity. As something else you must understand as a new trader, you must understand liquidity, and then you must understand what we call order blocks. Right? So order blocks is one of the things you must understand properly. You must understand order blocks. You must understand what order blocks are, what they do, how they operate, how you can maximize profit. All right. And when you've understood order blocks, the next thing you must understand is what we call time frame correlation. So you must understand how to do what time correlate different time. You have to do top-down analysis, right? Let me put it this way: top-down analysis. So you must understand top-down analysis, right? And multi-time frame correlation. Those are the things you must understand as a new developing trader. All right. These are the list in the degree of priority, right? So you must understand other blocks, you must understand um multi-time frame analysis. That is how to analyze, how to combine 15 minutes with 1 hour and all those things. So you must understand these are the priorities. You must understand the basic terms, the market structure, liquidity, other blocks, top-down analysis, and multi-time frame correlation. And all these things are being taught in the paid mentorship group. Everything here has been basically taught, apart from basic terms, right? Market structure, liquidity, all these have been taught properly in the paid mentorship group. So you don't even need to go far. Right? And that's it. As a new developing trader, try as much as possible to do what? Try to do what? Join a paid mentorship. So you don't need YouTube. As a new developing trader, YouTube is going to give you so much information, things that you don't need. You will see this theory, Hershey's theory. We hear about the Elliot's waves. We hear about so many things that you don't really need, right? So the things you need to join a paid mentorship group. Join where you have people that have the results. Join where you have seen people making results. So they can teach you actually what gives results, not just random YouTube. So you don't need YouTube as a new developing trader, right? Unless you can't afford it. But you can use YouTube to just learn one of the things. But these are the things you should be focused on: market structure, liquidity, other blocks, top-down analysis, right? And then after you have learned all this, the next thing you should learn and know that all these things you're learning them before live trading. You have to learn all these things before live trading. These things should be learned before you start live trading. The next thing you should learn is what? Risk management. So you focused on risk management, how to manage your risk. It's not as you so you must learn how to calculate lot sizes, how to know the lot sizes you use, how to manage your risk. And you can learn risk management on baby pips, or you can learn it in a paid mentorship group. So my academy has every single thing listed there. So you must focus on what, because this is how you actually make gains. You must learn how to manage your risk, how to risk less and make more. And then the next thing you must focus about is what your psychology, developing what the right psychology. So trading is a very difficult business to do well in, because why? The psychological part of it plays a great role, right? So you must develop your psychology, you must develop what a right psychology and mindset, right? So you must develop a right psychology and your mindset. So the mindset is all about psychology talks about mindset. So you must develop what a right psychology. These are the things you should focus on as a new trader. Focus on developing right psychology. All right. And then the final thing that you must focus on as a new trader is that you must what have a long-term expectation. This is what really robs so many traders from making profit. They're focused on making all the gains today. It must be this week, it must be now, it must be just today, it must be this hour. No, you're not going to make progress that way. So have long-term expectation, don't have short-term. So you expect to be a millionaire when? In the long term, right? in the next 2, 3, in the next 4 years, in the next 5 years. So you're not focused on making everything now. So have long-term expectations. So don't have the idea of trying to get rich overnight. That quick get rich quick scheme, right? Because forex trading is not a get rich quick scheme, right? But it's a get rich slow scheme. You can get rich here, but it will not be so fast. All right. So these are the things I feel that you should focus on as a new developing trader. Focus on all these 8 things, right? These are the things you should focus on. Take away indicators, take away making gains overnight, take away trying to get rich quick, take away everything and focus on these 8 things. All right. So if you want to join our paid mentorship, with the link is in the description. All right. So this is where we're closing this call, and have a wonderful day. Cheers and God bless.